Thank you very much, Senator, and a pleasure to be able to work with you and Joe and the entire Mahassa team as we work to make progress and change the system and ultimately better serve the men and women who are most important, those that are in need of our services. I want to also recognize the other recipients today who are going to be recognized for their work and innovation. I also want to thank and recognize my colleagues in government who work at a lot of different levels. We've been able to make real progress and success and have some success in retooling and refocusing the system because there has been, I think, on this issue, unprecedented collaboration and focus and common goals and objectives. And that is important if we are going to move forward. Since coming into office and managing through the challenging economic times, we have tried to focus on, and I didn't see the Herald yet, so I don't know what they said. But one of the main focuses that we have been engaged in is trying to make sure that through the various interagency councils, not only are we within state government in the various agencies working together, collaborating together, better deploying and utilizing resources, but also trying to build meaningful partnerships with providers statewide, like individual and regional partners across the state. And much of that work began, as people in this room know, with the Legislative Commission on Homelessness, which laid out a framework to focus on providing housing-based solutions rather than shelter in Massachusetts. Housing first, with services, depending upon the needs of the family or the client. Everybody in this room is committed and understands that every resident of our Commonwealth needs a home. And we have focused and delivered on that in several fronts. And if anything else, it gives us a real incentive to work even harder, though the times are tough, to see this reshaping of the system all the way through. Let's consider the Home Again program. We're providing permanent housing to chronically homeless individuals who most frequently use our emergency medical services such as ER visits and ambulance transports. We will save a projected $19,223 per person annually. Secretary Gonzalez likes that. And we do too. Because it's not about the money, though that is important in this time, but it's also giving people an opportunity to stabilize their lives and rebuild them and live in dignity in the way that all of our residents deserve. Through the recommendations of the Legislative Commission in the report and through the ICHH, we've also taken some pretty significant steps. One of the biggest changes within the shelter system, one of the biggest reorgs in state government in a long, long time. We've taken steps to transform a system based on shelter to the housing first model on the family side as well. During this administration, we've moved the shelter system, and many of you have worked with us through that process, to DHCD. This reform is now ensuring better coordination of housing resources for those most in need. This involved the transfer of 80 staff and nearly $200 million. For the Interagency Council on Housing and Homelessness, we have created 10 regional networks with partners all across the state. And we have been able to place through that over 200 chronically homeless individuals into permanent housing. And what I think is most significant from that figure is of those 200 individuals, 96% are still in housing today. And in each one of the communities where all of you work and partner together, we see that difference. Mayor O'Brien mentioned just a moment ago the work with City Manager O'Brien. There's no relation. Those not from Worcester. But they're both hard-working, good-looking guys. Just ask them. No, they're both great friends. They've been making real progress in this area, and it makes a big difference. It makes people feel that the system is working. They have more confidence in the system, and it helps incent to bring more partners to the table. And I can't overemphasize enough the term partnership. Partner everybody at the table, all being equal. The providers, the various state agencies, the municipalities, federal officials, working together, leveraging resources, being fiscally prudent, but also smart, and providing flexible solutions that solve our individual clients' and families' needs. And Joe has been a leader in that, the whole Mahasa team, in helping take some of those pilots and getting us to work and make progress in these areas. And I want to thank Joe for his passion, his leadership on behalf of this organization. We've had some good, fiery discussions on occasion in our office, but it's one that seeks the best and wants the best, not only this organization, but all of our organizations and agencies. And I want to just ask the entire Mahasa staff, I think, just in board members, just to stand up and be recognized as well. Thank you. Well, it's done. In a moment, but I just want to talk a little longer on the partnership issue. We have been facilitated in our work in creating these partnerships in the different regions through some help. The state has been able to put some money on the table, and again, through the leadership of many of the legislators who are here, Byron Rushing and others, we've been able to put, and we're going to continue to try, to put some money on the table to strengthen and grow these regional networks, which have been part of this success. And Bob Polster and Liz have been great facilitators in that regard. But I also want to acknowledge One Family and the Fireman Foundation. They have not only put time and effort and money into this effort, which has been critical in terms of getting people to the table, beginning and facilitating that dialogue, which is so important. So I want to thank Firemen and One Family team as well for their commitment to this vision, which is slowly but surely changing how we deliver services to those who need them. We can't be satisfied until every man, woman, and child have a safe, stable place to call home. We're on the right path, but we have much more work to do. We know we have to continue to overcome our challenges together. We must push each other every day to do better and focus on solutions and partnerships, breaking down those organizational barriers within and outside of state government, all the different stakeholders, to advance our shared mission of preventing and ending homelessness. The entire Patrick Murray administration, I want to thank the members of the administration that are here for their commitment not only today, but each and every day to realize this vision. We are committed, under Governor Patrick's leadership, to help families and individuals stay housed and help those who are homeless find permanent housing. We know the process is not always easy. If we continue what we've started, I'm confident in our success. Thank you for your continued partnership and effort.